All right. Thanks for waiting, everyone. Welcome to the second Ethereum Research Grants project demo sessions. My name is Chris. I'm gonna be the host for today's demo sessions. Uh, Ethereum Research Grants it's DoraHacks initiatives that aim to fund the brilliant topics, researchers, and early stage projects in the Ethereum ecosystems. It's gonna be a long-term efforts, which means that the submission portal gonna be open 24/7 for 7 days every week. So if you want to join the Ethereum grants, you can always submit the project there through our website. But the judging process is gonna be nearly 1 month every time, like once per month. So yeah, that's a bit about background. Today we have selected very brilliant 4 teams to join us. And they are Topia, Antisip, Engine Network, which is the old friends of Round One, and also Meme Book. So yeah, without further ado, let's welcome the first team, which is Topia, to start. And before that, please keep in mind that every team will have no more than 12 minutes for the demo sessions. So keep that time in your mind, please. So yeah, John, feel free to start.
Yeah, great. How's my mic?
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Great. Do I need to share screen now?
I think
Or
already you have already
okay,
shared.
great. Great. Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. My name's John, researcher of Topia. So, if I had to describe Topia in just a couple of words, I would say it's the first decentralized storage layer 2 solution based on optimism. Um, some key points: storage, layer 2 optimism, roll-up infrastructure, etc. So if we turn to some of the current issues and why Topia exists and what issues Topia aims to solve, we have to look at the industry. Topia thinks there is a crucial issue facing us today. In summary, we can call it a bottleneck in decentralized storage, as we have witnessed over the past year with DeFi Summer and NFTs and GameFi, SocialFi, Web3 dApps, etc. There's storage requirements which have become very apparent. There needs to be a methodology to store large amounts of data in a decentralized environment. And they think this is the next big infrastructure upgrading opportunity. While other existing layer 2 solutions like Arbitrum and Optimism are scaling throughput, TPS, and lowering gas costs. There's one thing that has not been solved, and we call that high key value storage costs and storage capacity, respectively. Other solutions, on the other hand, like Filecoin and Arweave, they only address primary file storage functionality, but are insufficient for storage requirements of key value data. Some of the points how Topia aims to solve this. Remember, there's a bottleneck in decentralized storage solutions and data. There's a huge demand. So first, Topia has expanded Ethereum's key value capabilities to significantly reduce costs. And they aim to make it more affordable for developers and users. Secondly, Topia has implemented direct interaction between smart contracts and storage to achieve strong interoperability between storage and smart contracts, respectively. And if we have a look at some of the technical architecture, so we have the optimistic roll-up bedrock, which forms a very important foundation of the infrastructure below Topia. So there's a couple of contracts at play over here, namely the provider manager governance, the storage proof contract, and the resource exchange contract. And it's very important to keep in mind that the Topia nodes facilitating their storage validation, let's call it the heavy lifting, quote unquote, they operate in a P2P environment. So there is no consensus among the nodes specifically. Rather, these nodes can contribute storage and computing, or computing alone. So if we look at the optimistic value machine and the decentralized storage environment, which we can expect in the future, at a technical level, there's an interaction between optimism and the storage system with a high level of interoperability. dApps inside of optimism can directly interact with a Topia decentralized storage machine in a seamless manner. If we look at the system structure, we've got the storage providers, we've got the executors, and then the users, which interact directly with a contract, and then it feeds it back into a storage proof via the executors and the providers alike. So some notable points is that the storage contract corresponds in an automated fashion. These are created automatically, and the buckets corresponding to the user will also be created. As for the storage protocol itself in the Topia value machine, here's an example. When users initiate storage requests, they execute a direct write to the smart contract. And it's important to keep in mind that the maximum size of each data chunk is capped at 256 kilobytes, which leads to a low requirement environment for the users, which feeds back to capacity. So there are a couple of segments of data files. They're all the same size, and at the end they get hashed into a Merkle tree, which makes it a lot easier and more feasible at this layer 2 level. Storage hosts, they prove their storage by providing a piece of the original file and then a series of hashes from the file's Merkle tree, respectively. Yeah. And it's also important to keep in mind that there is a small, let's call it a window period where proof is submitted to the layer 1, and this is happening on a regular time-sensitive basis. And in the opposite scenario, if the window period is exceeded, then the proof will be considered invalid, and that gives the opportunity to the next storage provider to take that opportunity to provide the proof. All right. Lastly, key value data store, document type data store, and append data store functionalities. These are forming the basis of the decentralized storage functionality in Topia's environment. The layer 2 interacts with the decentralized database through an SQL engine and a respective RPC interface. So let's have a look at some of the possible applications which we can expect. Just to name a few: social media, Mirror, Twitter, personal blogs, etc. Also, NFT composability, which so this will be on the so this will be on chain, right? So it will enable NFTs with on chain programmability, and of course we can assume that there's a huge demand for NFT marketplaces and enabling users to store NFT traits and images in a decentralized manner, unlike our predecessors at OpenSea, where the users have to give up the custody of their actual NFTs while they're listed on the marketplace. Some other points is personal data market, where users can store their encrypted personal data in their own accounts and only allow access after the user has granted permission thereof. We can go as further as saying website hosting in a decentralized environment will become possible. And if we just look at a scenario such as GameFi, we all know that 95% of the code for GameFi DApp protocols were deployed on centralized cloud servers. So there is a demand to fix that issue. And Topia feels that their solution will be feasible. Lastly, of course, the support for Web3 and metaverse applications as well. Just summarize the roadmap quickly. Up until December of this year, so for the rest of this year, Topia will focus on the development of their mainnet, phase 2, which runs from the end of this year until the end of next year. So let's call it 2024. They will focus on upgrading the layer 2 solution to a combination of Optimism and ZK. Important to keep in mind. And then phase 3, let's call it 2025 and onwards, Topia plans to upgrade the EVM to WASM to support more complex smart contracts and, of course, more contract languages. Topia will also upgrade the layer 2 solution to better support the personal data market and explore decentralized cloud servers on chain in a decentralized non-custodial environment. Some layer 2 comparisons which the team has put together. So it's important to keep in mind these are only layer 2 solutions, not to do with storage per se. As you can see from the table, the highlighted areas represent Topia's main advantages over the other solutions. Topia's layer 2 solution offers low storage costs and higher capacity, making it an excellent choice for developers looking for efficient and cost-effective storage solutions. Looking at the decentralized storage comparison, as you can see,
John,
yeah,
it's almost the time, so please summarize everything in 30 seconds.
Yeah, sure. So in conclusion, I would say Topia's layer 2 solution and the storage solution specifically offers a wide range of unique advantages over other solutions. Low storage costs, high storage capacity, strong interoperability with smart contracts, and it might have the potential to become a game changer in this industry of ours. Thanks for listening, and we look forward to bringing you more updates.
Sounds great. Just one question. Why did you guys choose to build on top of the Optimism like OP stack in the first place, rather than like just build a layer 2 solutions on Ethereum?
Right. So the team felt that with the high demand for scalability on layer 2 environments, they felt that Optimism's infrastructure is highly feasible to plug into and use Optimism's infrastructure in order to tackle the storage demand, the demand for on-chain storage in a decentralized environment. They felt that doing the layer 2 from ground up would take a lot of work, and they've been in close contact with the Optimistic Foundation and core devs with the infrastructure capabilities and how they can imagine it going forward in terms of functionality. Yeah, so at the end, to summarize the question or the answer, it's feasible and scalable, yeah, and possible.
Got it. Cool. Thanks a lot, John. That's everything from my side. Thanks for this very detailed introduction.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let's welcome ETH Network. Zilik, feel free to start when you're ready.
Sorry, just muted. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Wait a second. What about now?
Yes, it works.
Sorry, my side, I can't move my slides. It's stuck.
Maybe you can just quit and you don't need to click the present button. Just keep it like outside.
Yes, I just move one slide. Can you see that?
No, we cannot see that.
What's the problem? All right, I just shared the whole screen. Can you? Can you see the slides?
Nope.
Still no?
Yeah, we cannot see the slide. Yeah, right now.
What about now?
Right now works.
No, okay. So many thanks for DoraHacker giving us the opportunity to introduce our project. I'm Zelig, the co-founder of ETH Network. Today, I will briefly introduce our project. Via ETH Network, where smart contract becomes private. ETH Network aims to build a privacy-focused CVM and be highly compatible with Solidity to deliver privacy and developing experience for the developer in the EVM ecosystem. We all know that blockchain is a pseudo-anonymous platform. The open and transparent nature of the blockchain allows anyone to view the user's transaction, transfer, and on-chain activity records. Sensitive information of the user may be easily obtained, and the user is faced with the dilemma of running naked in the Web3 world. So when we talk about privacy of Web3, we are basically talking about the linkability between personal identifiable information and account and the confidentiality of transaction. And Eric Q said in Cypherpunk Manifesto, privacy is the power to selectively reveal oneself to the world. Users' on-chain behavior should be hidden or selectively disclosed. And there is another aspect of privacy, the privacy of smart contract code, like risk control rules, portfolio rebalancing strategies, resistant to email attack. We want to build privacy layers and support private ERC20, private ERC721, and private smart contract based on the settlement layer and asset layer. And the developer can design exchange landing the app on the protocol layer. And we can see many Web3 applications that urgently need privacy protection, such as DID or KYC. We can connect Web3 by selective disclosure with zero knowledge proof. Or we can prove to the others that my age is over 18 or my assets extend 10 millions without disclosing the specific value. And private on-chain asset management keep asset non-custodial and pursues risk control rules or market making strategy private. User can enjoy low gas cost, confidential transaction, and private computation for rule engine and some simple machine learning. Next part is our mission. Eigen Network aims to facilitate an optional programmable privacy layer by ZKVM. We have 4 features: scalability, leverage the layered proof system with FRI and KZG to achieve faster proof generation, consistent proof size, and low on-chain verification cost. General privacy preserving computation, real ZK built-in privacy primitives like SHA-256 is DSA and VRF. And the developer experience, we have highly AVM equivalence, auto translation from Solidity smart contract to our Assembly for risk meditation. Security, same security, but much lower, much gas cost than the layer 1, and more developer friendly compared to creating a new layer 1. And as we mentioned before, we are layer 2. The infrastructure layer 1 we based on is Arbitrum, Ethereum, or Polygon, and so on. We will private STL and layered proof system. ZK prover sequencer will form our roll-up network. And we know that privacy was not considered at the beginning of blockchain design. In the later stage, many blockchains that focused on privacy functions has been derived, but the developer experience of these blockchains is not very good. So we pay great attention to the combination of utility and privacy, and we made good trade-off. We support Poseidon, EDDSA, ECDSA, AES, and adopt an account model with extended UTXO. At the same time, we also support Solidity and have good composability. And for our ZK rollup design, we use 2 Merkle tree to save user state. One is private state tree, and the other is a nullifier tree. The private state tree stores the user's encrypted digital assets, and the nullifier tree is used for avoid double spending. Next is our layer proof system. We support multiple layer 1 with Solidity or Rust verifier. Our layer proof system has no trusted setup for user and consistent proof size. For block validity proof, aggregate proof via KZG layer, recursive proof via FI layer. And we know that many projects are currently exploring the hardware acceleration of zero knowledge proof, and we are currently conducting related research on GPU acceleration. And our VM layer is state machine-based VM by PIL. We have added our privacy computing capability based on the Polygon Hermes open source implementation, and we support a standard template library. The performance, our current proof size is 1.1 kilobytes, and the proving cost is less than 20 minutes. Next is our rollup network. On layer 2, user can submit transactions through Web3.js or MetaMask, and the nodes on layer 2 will process this transaction and generate proof while interacting with layer 1 through the rollup contract. Network on layer 2 reach a consistency through the chain BFT consistent mechanism, and the user can deposit or withdraw assets between layer 2 and layer 1 through the rollup contract. And our main competitor Aztec, the rollup, we have many differences. We have type 3 EVM compatibility. We provide programmability by ZKVM and is tagged by their SDK. We have different account model And our proof system is based on KZG and FRI, and the Aztec is based on Tuple Blanc. And we have established a strategy partnership with Polygon, Federal, and Metis, and we ranked first in Dora Ethereum Research Grant Committee voting round 1. The following is our go-to-market strategy. We have many partners in different fields. We are cooperating on private transaction with Next Wallet, MapProtocol, and we recently officially announced cooperation with ZiggyPass, and we have also established a solid partnership with Twin Downs, Virtual Labs, and Deep3. We will explore more cooperation opportunities in private payment, ZK-KYC, ZK Rollup, and the service. And for our roadmap, we have complete development of proof system and ZK-SBT API for identity data shared by ZK. And currently, we are on the development of ZK Rollup test work. And for our team, Eigen Labs focused on building efficient zero-knowledge proof and privacy-preserving system. We believe in privacy is our basic human right, and we are dedicated to apply privacy technology to real-world activity. We have 8 members from Australia and China graduate from Peking Tsinghua and Beihang University, and we have 2 PhD in cryptography. All of our members previously worked for giant internet company and the research labs, and have rich experience in cryptography, blockchain, and privacy-preserving technologies. And that's all. Thank you. Here are some of our official links. Please contact us if you are interested.
Yeah, sounds great. Thank you so much, Zelig, to come back and join us for another demo sessions. It's great to meet you again. And I don't have more questions for you guys. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah. Let's welcome the next product today, which is the NTC. Yeah, Waniki, you can start when you feel you are ready. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. Okay. Can you still see my screen? Sorry?
Yes.
Okay, great. So hello, hi everyone. I am Owaniki. I am a researcher working on ANSIB, anti-Sibyl, and it's an absolute pleasure to be here and just super grateful for this opportunity. So my research center in on anti-Sibyl attacks and how we can fight it. And yeah, let's fight Sibyl. Let's protect Web 3. Sibyl attacks, as we know them, essentially happen when a single node or an identity operates many active fake identities to simultaneously within a peer-to-peer network to gain control of such network or influence such network to one's benefit. So the goal of this research is to help fight such attacks through the use of different approaches to discern suspicious patterns of behavior on both on-chain and off-chain data. Right. The mission for us is to protect Web3, focusing on Sibyl resistance through research and the development of useful algorithms and other approaches. And this algorithm can include, say, using communities, classifiers, network, distribution, clustering. There's also the idea of using probabilistic scoring and using simultaneous simulation, cause and effect modeling, right? The idea for us is to look at a wallet. You look at the wallet address, right? And or list of addresses, and you can determine or say output a response if whether or not these wallets are judged to be a CBIL. And these are coming off certain parameters based on whether these wallets have a particular attribute, such as maybe they have performed a particular set of actions, or if they appear on a given list, say there's like a list um, of addresses that have that have taken control of stuff, or taking funds to do certain things but they didn't do them, right? Or just show certain behaviors, right? So for us, what kind of value does a CBIL resistant approach technology add to the ecosystem? There's the idea of the collective funding of public goods, right? If we do not resist CBIL attacks, then one of the real bright spots of Web3, which is the collective of public funded goods, could be captured essentially by criminal forces to take this into, as always, into their own benefit, right? Take control of all of this to better serve their own purposes. There's also the idea of, decentralization at the data layer in form of centralization. I mean, one of the core ethos of Web3 is decentralization. So if data are being captured at the blockchain layer, this poses a vulnerability to the ecosystem, right? And it takes us exactly back to where we are starting from. All the fight that we've been fighting to, get out of centralization and manipulation of central parties by individuals or single nodes who want to take control of this party. So yeah, I think that's definitely the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you. So one questions. So what is the plan for, like, cause I actually didn't see any product demo from your side. So just wondering if there's any like code that has already been completed, and if yes, do you have any plan to like integrate with some of the project like us, which provide the quadratic funding and voting system that can be implemented the Sybil attack function?
Yes, absolutely. So the idea going forward is to be able to, like you say, integrate such projects. We currently don't have any code yet, still very much in the research phase and just really identifying how best to solve this. And the focus is to use addresses, to use wallet addresses to be able to determine these certain behaviors, right? And immediately we move past this stage, then we can start writing some codes. Then afterwards, do integrations with platforms like yours.
Got it. Cool. Thank you. Thank you very much for your presentation. Yeah. So let's welcome the last but not the least one, which is the meme book. John, you can start.
Hello, can you see my screen?
Yes, your screen.
Okay, I'll start. So hello everyone, thanks host to invite us to join this live show. So I'll start. Meme Book is our product. Meme Book is a Web3 intelligent information community, and it's developed by CodeFly Labs. It's intended for junior and intermediate users. Closer to Web3 world is our slogan, and we hope to become the first step for Web2 users to learn about Web3 by the power of AI. So we think the current bottleneck of Web3 is that there are not enough users. So through the intelligent distribution of information and on-chain investment analysis, the open sharing of contract comments and community interaction UGC information, we think it can make the Web3 world more transparent and more comfortable and friendly to new users. So let's see the demo of our product. Mimibook is based on the Ethereum encrypted account system as a user's account. There are currently 3 verification methods to log into the platform. So the first one is low wallet. During the process of promotion, many users will feel a little worried about the wallet login, so we provide the low wallet login way. This also helps the Web2 users use our product. The client generates an account but not store the private key. In case that I have a MetaMask, so I will log in with my MetaMask.
Are you still speaking? Because we cannot hear anything from your mic right now. Hello? Hello? Hi, Mimbook. We cannot hear you. Hello, Mimbook team. We cannot hear you. Hello, Mimbook team. Can you hear me? So yeah, sorry about the issues. I think Memebook have some connection, like internet issues from their end. We cannot hear them; they cannot hear us as well. So we'll just let the Golf team to start first about the demo sessions, and we will see if Memebook can connect back. So yeah, Cyber Ronnie, feel free to start when you're ready.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Chris. Let me see if I can share my screen. Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay. How about now?
Still we cannot see nothing.
Wow. I'm not sure why it's not.
You want to upload the DAG first? Like
You said?
You can upload your DAC to the StreamYard platform.
Okay, using the slides, Avi?
Yeah, that's right. You can upload your DAC from there.
Okay, let me try that. Sorry for the delay. I think this is the first time I'm using StreamYard, so
Yeah,
I'm
no
not
worries.
so familiar with.
No worries.
Okay, I think it's uploaded now.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. So hi everyone. My name is Cyber Ronin Adedamola, and I'm presenting on DGov model. DGov model is something I wrote, a paper I wrote on the centralization problem within DAOs. And this is what this presentation will be all about, discussing DAOs and the problems of centralization and how it affects us. So with that, let's go into it. So we all know what DAOs are. DAOs are supposed to be egalitarian community-driven organizations, and they're supposed to promote decentralization, collaboration, and community among members. But what we found over the years is that the centralization problem, which is due to the plutocracy issue that occurs when the majority token holders are the ones who have the highest number of votes in power, and so they decide the decision making. This has affected what DAOs are supposed to be, in fact, which is collaboration and community. So this essay looks at these issues, and the first thing we're going to look at is the problems. So the first problem I noticed was that users tend to see governance token as yields and not voting tools. By this, I mean that when a user joins a protocol, they tend to see the tokens as a means of staking or lending or borrowing. And the governance part of it tends to take the sidelines or the backseat. So you find this situation where people don't really use their governance token for voting per se, but they use it for staking and stuff like that. Another thing that happens is also is that the quorum voting for voting focuses on tokens and not the voter. By this I mean that the minimum quorum for a voting for a decision to be passed is usually okay, maybe 10,000 tokens should be invested in that proposal, or 20,000 tokens should be invested in that proposal. So that means that if a particular user who has like 10,000 tokens as is invested in the proposal, that person can just pass the proposal without even the community being part of it. So this shouldn't really be the case, and we found that that has often happened among DAOs in which just a couple of people can just pass a proposal by having the majority of the tokens. And that then is the issue of founders and investors holding the majority of the tokens. And this is a chicken and egg situation because without the founders and the investors, there is likely not going to be the DAO in the first place because the investors jumpstart the whole thing. So it's a bit of a chicken and egg situation in which do you let go of the investors or what do you do? So in the solutions, I said the first thing we need to do is look at how we can decouple financial incentives from governance tokens as much as possible. And I think some DAOs are already doing that, in which there's a token for governance, there's a token for staking, and that has made the centralization problem within DAOs reduce a bit. Another thing is to require the quorum for voting to be focused on the number of voters and not tokens. By this, I mean that, say, for a proposal to pass, instead of requiring 10,000 or 20,000 tokens, let's require maybe 67% or 70% of the voters to vote for a particular proposal before it can be passed. The other solution is a bit of an ethical one because there's nothing you can do about investors and founders per se. Or all we can just expect is their ethical judgment in the sense that how much do they really care about decentralization in the first place? How much do they want collaboration, community, and how much they are willing to let their majority tokens go at the end of the day, or how much they are willing to, allow their decision making not to foreshadow the rest of the community. So, but then looking at that, one thing I've also found is that centralization can be quite useful for decision making within DAOs, especially when you are looking at the situation of urgent proposals. So the thing is, how can you make the best use of both worlds? How can you make use of centralization and not affect the principle of decentralization? And that's why I looked at urgent proposals, important proposals, and weak proposals. Urgent proposals are defined as proposals which need to be implemented as fast as possible. And this can be security threats to the security threats to the DAO or to the protocol, as the case may be. I hope people can still listen to me. Is everybody there?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just checking in. So the second thing is important proposals. Important proposals are quite different from urgent proposals because there's no time constraints. There's opportunity for adjournment, opportunity for discussions, opportunity for people to go back and forth. And this brings up more of the principle of democracy and collaboration that we're looking for in Web3 and in DAOs and decentralization. Weak proposals, on the other hand, are proposals which really generally shouldn't really be accepted. And a good judge of this is asking people who want to be part, who want to submit a proposal to invest in their tokens. So in the next slide, I show a diagram which shows how those proposals can be done for decision making. This is the one for important proposals. The next one here is for urgent proposals. As you can see, the slide here shows that the decision making for urgent proposals is very, very fast, and the one for important proposals is quite long. Now, the difference between both of them is that for the important proposals, you go from the proposal stage and you go to the campaign stage. Now, this is how it starts. From the proposal stage, one member of the community, say one or maybe a group of members can, submit a proposal with a stipulated amount of tokens. Let's say they submit with 100 tokens. They push their proposal to the community. Then they go to the campaign stage. They try to bring in members of the community to, join the cause, try to explain why this proposal is important, why people should be a part of it. And for this proposal to pass the campaign stage, there's just stipulated requirement of 25% of the members to express their support for it. This part of the process can happen on Discord or any community platform that is suitable to the protocol. And then we go to the review stage. The review stage is quite important because here is where I believe the centralization effect of DAOs can be very useful. The review stage is where important members or the core members of the DAO, which are the founders, the investors, the early members, the ones that are invested in the growth of the proposal and the DAO passer, because they have high level knowledge and investments in the cause, can bring their knowledge to bear with on the proposal. So the requirement at this stage is for, okay, let's say there's a community of 1,000 members. Let's say 25% of them have already supported the proposal at the campaign stage. At the review stage, it's required that, okay, let's say the core member of the DAO is 50 people, right? Then for the proposal to go beyond the review stage, then the core members themselves have to invest their tokens in it to show their support, to show their skin in the game, that they're willing to put their tokens on the line for this particular proposal because they believe in it so much. So 32% of those 67% rather of those members have to join the course, and then they also have to place in their tokens. So we have two conditions that have to be met for review stage, which is a minimum quorum for among the core members, and of course, a stipulated amount of tokens which has to be staked and invested by the core members. Now, if a proposal goes beyond the review stage, if everybody can come to the same conclusion that, okay, we agree on this, let's do this together, and then the proposal cannot go to the public vote, which is where I believe we should move away from what we've been doing currently, which is voting should be decided by the number of should be decided not by how much you have, but every member should have just one vote. Every member should have just one vote to decide at the public voting, and not as the case as we have right now. And the requirement for that can be, let's say, 75% of the voting public can say yes to the proposal, and then we know that the proposal can be approved and it can be implemented on the mainnet on the blockchain. If not, it can be withdrawn. As you can see, I showed places here where a proposal can go stagnant or can be withdrawn. It can go stagnant if, for example, the proposals were not able to get campaign votes for their proposal in the campaign stage, or maybe during the review stage, they were not able to agree with the core members on how to move forward with the proposals. In any case, if a proposal goes to the stagnant stage, what the proposals needs to do is to just go back to the drawing table and try to strategize. But if that is not successful, then it has to be withdrawn within the next 90 days or so. And this is the urgent proposal stage. Urgent proposals, like I said earlier, are proposals that needs to be done as quick as possible.
Hi, Ronnie. The time is gonna end, so please end up everything like in 30 seconds.
Cool. Okay, cool. So urgent proposals, like I said earlier, are proposals that needs to be implemented as fast as possible. And for this to occur, just when there's a security threat or whatever, the proposal can just submit the proposal, and then can go to the review stage where the core members, they make the decision. The most important thing here is that the core members putting their skin in the game and be responsible for their decision have to make decisions that is worthwhile for the protocol and also worthwhile for themselves, because they don't want to make a decision that will affect them or affect their stake or their tokens in the protocol, which will be affected if their decision is found to be a failure. So with that, I think I come to the end of this presentation, and what I think I can come into a conclusion is that the centralization problem within DAOs can be a solution in itself if we can look at it in another way, and then we can channel it effectively for making fast decisions within DAOs. And with those 3 points of mine, I come to the end of my presentation. Thank you everyone for listening.
Sounds great. Same question to the Ansible team. So is this also like the research level project, or you actually are coding something around it already?
Well, this is a research level project. It's a research level project. Though I've also experimented with it on a gamify project I was working on late last year. That was a gamification project for the auto, and what we're trying to do at that stage was that see how we could use this particular solution to solve a game fee project, and it was quite impressive what people thought on there as well. But yes, this is still in the research phase.
Got it. Got it. Very cool. It sounds definitely very interesting, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
And a quick one, if probably people notice, this is an adaptation of the EIP proposal as used by Ethereum. So I just try to, redraft the EIP proposal as used by Ethereum currently.
Cool. Got it.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. Sounds great.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ronnie. Yeah. And let's have Mimbo back to the stage and see if they're working, like their mic is working. Yeah. Feel free to start when you're ready, team.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Sorry. So I assume I will start from the search part, and I will quick finish my presentation. So let me just quick show how the no wallet way to log in. So the people, when they get in our website, so they choose the experience they prefer to no wallet and go with it and generate key. And we got the private key, and then we will have a login account, and the people will not they wouldn't have to log in with their MetaMask, and the people who doesn't have a wallet tool can also use our product. So that's it for our no wallet login way. Next is our product Mimibook integrates the DID information of Lens and CyberConnect and ENS. So we can see from the who to follow. This is a recommended account list from here, and we list based on the accounts addresses hold the MTN token and the access to recommend to the users which accounts you might interested in. So we can see from here, we can see the Lens users and the ENS user, and maybe this one is CyberConnect user. Oh, this one is not. So let's check the Lens user. Yes, we can see also these people have the transaction informations here, down here, and also if they post anything on Mimibook, it will show also in here. And this side is from the Lens trade. So in the future, we will continue to integrate functions such as information publishing and interaction to encourage users to create more information. And we believe it also helps us to promote Mimibook, because those ecosystems have a large number of active users. So this is the most outstanding of the Mimibook, and the last few features, let me quick introduce to you. The first, I don't know which part. Did you see the search part? Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
It's all good. Hello? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Everything is good.
I will continue. So let's see the smart project, smart contract. Yes, we can go into one project homepage. From here, we can see this displays the project introduction of smart contracts such as the token NFT or DApp, and we can see the reviews of the contract and the code of it and the information from the off-chain. and we integrated the off-chain information about the smart contract and real transactions information about it. And it allows users to quickly and comprehensively understand the information of a project smart contract on chain. And we can go into a EOA to see. Yes, let me choose one address. It's Mimibook believes that transaction on the chain also represents the community attitude of users. Through the address page, users and project set information can be viewed at a glance. You can see the NFT and the Ethereum token held in this address. So the next is the community interaction. The users can comment, like, bookmark, and share information fields and on-chain transaction. And users can also chat directly with each other. So just like that, I can directly send message to these users, and we can have a chat. So that's the brief introduction of our product Mimibook. So this is our presentation.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you very much for the presentation. So one question from me is that, so like, what type of the problem that Mimibook was designed for to solve solve? Like, basically, what type of the problems you guys want to solve with Mimibook?
So we think now the bottleneck of the Web3 world is there are not enough users, and a lot of Web2 users they think Web3 world are interesting, but I don't know how to get in touch with it. How do I just know about it? So I think we want to become the first stop for Web2 users to learn about Web3 by the power of AI. So we integrated a lot of things, a lot of information, both on-chain and off-chain, and helped the users to break the fog of the Web3 world and helps them learn more about the Web3 world. Yes.
Got it. Sounds good. Yeah. That's it. Thank you very much again for your presentation. And I think we can wrap up here. That's all the teams for today. So yeah, appreciate everyone to join us. You guys all did a great job. I think the community voting round gonna start very soon. So definitely like we're looking forward to see the result. And also it's quite impressive to see so many talented projects and researchers are actually devoting into Web3, especially considering the current market conditions. So I really appreciate your time and efforts for the industries. Yeah. And as I mentioned in the beginning, the Ethereum Research Grant is going to be always open on DoraHacks platform. So if you are a developer trying to building something innovative and amazing in the Ethereum ecosystems, you are more than welcome to join us with the Ethereum Research Grants. We will provide not only the funding but also following up resources support for some of the top teams. So yeah, keep in touch. And hope you guys can all doing great in the futures. But that's it. Thank you guys for joining us.